Good morning, guys. I'm good. And by the way, I would want to reinforce what Scott was saying with regards to there was nobody in the United States that follows college football that didn't appreciate what happened that day.
Well, thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. And we're now joined with Coach. And if you have a question for him, please dial *1 to get in the queue to ask questions. Again, *1 to get in the queue for Joe Moglia. Coach, if you wouldn't mind, could you start us off with an opening statement?
Well, number one, I missed not being here a year ago, so I'm excited to be back on the sidelines with our team and, frankly, to be able to spend a little bit more time with everybody else in the Sun Belt. Our guys started the year, started preseason in really, really good shape. It's the best conditioned team, I think, that we've had ever since I've been here. We've got the best leadership from within since we've been here. But we also have a big disadvantage in the sense that we only have 70 scholarships. So if you had a chance to fine-tune the other 15 scholarships, that's a pretty big competitive differential, especially with regards to overall depth and special teams. But that's something we've got to be able to handle.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Our first questions come from Alan Blondin with the Sun News. Alan, please go ahead.
Thanks. Hey, Coach. How are you?
Hey, Alan. Hey, I'm good, thank you.
So you've got kind of 2 points of reference, I guess, playing South Carolina in the opener. You've got the last time you played South Carolina, it was 70-10. Last time you played an SEC team, you had Arkansas down like 12 points with 8 minutes left or so. So do you use either one of those? Do you bring those up to the team? How do you look at those two results?
No, I don't think either one has anything to do with what's going on as far as this coming Saturday goes. The first time, I was at the time, South Carolina was ranked 9th in the country, and we scheduled that game late, like in the middle of the season, and we were playing the playoffs the following week. So we didn't want to risk that. Having said that, they were a good team, but whatever happened that day. It's got nothing to do with what's going to happen this week. I've heard Muschamp say that he thinks since he's been a college football coach, this may be the best team he's got. I've had an opportunity to look at them certainly on film. I think they're a pretty good football team. With regard to Arkansas, again, different team. These guys are really very, very good. They're nationally ranked. I wouldn't be surprised if they wound up top 10 in the nation but by the end of the season. But whatever happened last year, and certainly whatever happened 3, 4, 5 years ago, whenever it was, is irrelevant to what's supposed to take place this week. I don't even think I ever bring it up.
Okay. I have one other question, if I can go ahead.
Please do.
Good by me.
Okay. So obviously you want to win every game you play. Can there be a victory in this game without a win, and what would you consider that?
I think when we go into every game, regardless of the score happens, and I felt this way from the time I showed up at Coast Carolina, everybody wants to win. We know that. We understand that. Everybody wants to be able to achieve that. But you can't necessarily control winning because you can't necessarily control the other team. The one thing you can control is what you do and how you do it. So our job, literally, for each season, for each preseason, for each spring ball is, are we maximizing as a coaching staff the potential of our team? If we are doing that, then we got to look in the mirror and feel pretty good about how we're doing. If we're not doing that, then it's simply unacceptable. So if we win a game where we have maximized our potential, that's not okay. If we lose a game where we have, that is okay. Now, no one wants to lose. But that's the way we're going to approach this game. That's the way we're going to approach every other game. Our guys are going to be well aware that there are going to be 91,000 people in the stadium. Our guys are well aware that they're good. Our guys are well aware of all those things. I don't have to go out of my way to point those out. But we're in control, at least of what we do, and that's what's going to be our emphasis.
Okay, Coach. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan.
Our next questions come from Andrew with the State newspaper. Andrew, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned South Carolina and the potential you feel like they could have. I think you said you thought they could, it wouldn't shock you if they could end up, I think, 10th in the country or top 10 by the end of the year. What has stuck out about that, maybe particularly offensively? Jake Bentley going into his third year, that receiving core with a guy like Deebo Samuel back. What's a challenge, I guess, with that offense when you watch them on film?
Well, it's not only their offense. I mean, their offense, they execute well. They have really good running backs. They have really good receivers. The quarterback's solid. They have a big, strong offensive line. They've got the same thing on defense, except they don't have a quarterback there. They don't have receivers there. They don't have running backs. Their special teams are good. So across the board, they're big, they're fast, they're strong, they're athletic. They seem to have a lot of depth. They finished the season really strong last year by upsetting Michigan in the bowl game. And again, I was told by one of you that Will said that he thinks this is going to be the best team he's ever been part of. And I can appreciate that. So they're all the reasons why I said that I wouldn't be surprised if they're a top 10 team by the end of the year.
And as a follow-up, obviously they have a new offensive coordinator with an emphasis to go quicker. You talked about your team being, you feel like it's the best conditioned team you've had, but scholarship reductions, could be an issue in playing a team that likes to go fast. How do you prepare for a team like that that's adjusting to a new offense and a team that wants to play with a lot of tempo on Saturday?
Well, I think no matter what you try to get during the week from your scout teams, that's not going to be the same tempo as what we're actually going to see from South Carolina on Saturday. So we know that. And part of the way we prepare for that is we would always have two offensive teams coming after us at the same time. And we'll have a period where we just make sure that we've got our call in and we're set and we're ready to go. We don't have to snap the ball. And that would be the way we're approaching that. I think in order to do that, then you've got to make sure that you are reasonably simple and thoughtful with regard to your call. So again, if they beat us on a play, they beat us on a play. But I said a minute ago, it's up to us to make sure we're maximizing our potential, and we got to be in control of what we could be in control of. So if we're not set and ready to play when they line up, well, that's on us. We got to make sure we take care of that. So it's really more a matter of simplification and organization.